Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about hope and strategy. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training, in Japanese, トレーニングでお金を無駄にするのはやめましょう, is now available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and even better, thrive in business. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 312. Today we are talking about hope is not a strategy in sales. When you are told that hope is not a strategy, you get the point. You also know that actually there is a fair bit of hope built into your strategy. Every sales organization comes up with targets, and often these are based on hope more than science. There is imperfect information floating around, and we use this as a basis of our assumptions. There is incomplete data. We have to extrapolate based on those numbers. Things can change quickly, and the ramifications can be completely unexpected. January 15th, 2020 was the first case of COVID in Japan. February 24th, 2022 was the start of the war in Ukraine. You couldn't predict these events. And there is a huge amount of hope that both situations will resolve themselves and we can all get back to some version of normality. We say things like, let's focus on what we can control. That is jolly heartwarming, but it isn't much help. There are numbers which have to be generated, and these have to be produced regardless of external factors, most of which we cannot control. This whole ensemble of difficulties can be very discombobulating in sales. If we are set targets too high, we mentally check out and give up. We don't make any declarations to the boss that we have given up, but our activities are such that we are not doing all we can to get the numbers because we don't believe in the fairness of the process. If you're the boss, the management of the sales operation gets more and more difficult in the work from home or hybrid arrangement. Keeping track of what people are up to gets harder. Our expectations have to be tempered by the external environment, be that COVID or the global downturn. The numbers get harder to reach. If we push too hard, people will quit, and they will have little issue with finding another job if they decide they don't like this one. The whole process becomes more delicate and complex at the same time. If we take a long, hard look at our strategy and we realize there's a fair bit of hope built in there, what do we do about it? Not every industry or sector is affected by COVID, the war in Ukraine, or a global downturn. Are there pockets of opportunity in certain spheres where they can still spend? The timing of things may be faster in some sections than others. If we can get deals happening faster, then that helps a lot with getting to the targets. Often we just run out of time because the speed of the deal flow has ground to a halt or has really slowed down. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 22nd of October, doing Dale Carnegie course. Love this program. It's hard to find a program which really helps people to change. It really helps people to work out how to be better with others. It really helps people to learn how to communicate, how to lead. It helps them in how to deal with their stress and manage it. We get this done over a fair period of time. It takes 3 months to work through this program, but change doesn't happen fast. You want people to change, you've got to give them time. And this course is perfectly suited for that. On the 2nd of November, we will be doing high impact presentations. Excellent program. 2 days, 2 instructors for the main modules, everything videoed, so much feedback, so much coaching, so much value. And quite quick, because it's so concentrated, we get through a ton of work in 2 days. And the degree of practice with the coaching is so high that people are making rapid, very, very rapid advancements in their skill level and their professionalism. It gives them real persuasion power at the end of those 2 main days of modules. On the 21st of November, we're doing leadership training for managers. Japanese executives are often not trained to be leaders. Join the company, work your way up through the ranks, get shown by the boss what they did, copycat everything they did. Well, if your boss is really good as a leader, that's fabulous. Chances of that happening in Japan, pretty low, I would say. So better to get a program like this, which teaches you what's the difference between being a manager and being a leader, gives you the full toolbox of all the things you'll need to be able to run the business, and also gives you the mindset shift to believe that, you can do it. So terrific program. Check out our website, www.dale, D-A-L-E hyphen Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training in Japanese, Training de okane o muda ni suru no wa yamimashou, is now available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and even better, thrive in business. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Welcome back. Can we reorganize the sales team? We can create smaller teams, apply more supervision, have more roundtables to share information and insights. In good times, a team can be allowed to run around at will because the numbers are being achieved. When things get more desperate and the numbers are not coming, we need to do more coaching and more checking. Often circumstances can outstrip the experience of certain members in the sales team. The Lehman shock was back in 2008, and there will be team members who have had no direct experience of doing business during that meltdown environment. Anyone in sales under the age of 36 hasn't suffered through a major downturn since Lehman. This is where the more experienced people become important because they've seen a version of what we're going through now at some stage in the past and have experience of what to do. We'll all have dead pools of clients who have lapsed. They are active, but situations change and they are no longer a client. They are a good place to start because they at least have some record of buying from us. We may still be an accredited supplier for them, and the paperwork is already there to make the buying process that bit easier. Often the people will have changed, but the underlying issues may not have been completely solved, or new issues which have risen and we have the solution they need. We may have served one client, but there'll be other similar clients we have not had the chance to do business with. If we come across an issue in one industry, it is often going to be a common issue with other companies in the same industry. If we find a problem for one client, we need to look around at which other firms may have the same issues. For example, a 5-star hotel may be having trouble with retention. There's a strong chance other 5-star hotels are having the same problem. That means we should start contacting all of the major hotels and see if that is the case. Gradually, we can replace hope with action and try to stimulate the sales process in that way. The key is to get started and to not just become immobilized because the hope aspect of our strategy is not working out. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.